Salutations everyone! Welcome to ILA Speak Up 2022 and we are Push for Power. And my name is Kathy.
I'm Alex, I'm from ILA Phú Lâm.
My name is June and I'm from ILA Cộng Hòa.
I'm Jess, I'm from ILA Cộng Hòa.
My name's Remy.
Hello everyone! It's been a while since our last meeting, isn't it? Oh, by the way, do you guys hear about the news about a new invention that is all over the place? Do you know what is it? It seems to me that it is something related to batteries, don't you think?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. They're actually called battery bricks. It's an ordinary house brick turned to a pseudo battery, allowing it to conduct and store electricity. The bricks are powerful enough to illuminate LED light bulbs.
So that's what they're called. Do you know what's the invention of the battery bricks came from?
Oh, I know it came from a group of engineers and chemists at Washington University in St. Louis. They found a way to transform an ordinary house brick into a battery.
One thing I'd like to add about the battery brick is the way they operate. So the battery brick relies on the reddish pigment known as iron oxide, or rust, that gives red bricks their color. The scientists pump the bricks with several gases that react with iron oxide to form a network of plastic fibers that will coat in the empty space of the battery bricks and conduct electricity.
Wow, that's amazing! How do you guys manage to gain all of that information and knowledge? Oh, since I mentioned it before, but now I'm interested, could you guys tell me more? What is this invention about? What is it about it that makes it so special?
Well, in the environmental spectrum, battery bricks can be what we call a decarbonizing tech. Bricks are one of the most daunting and attractive materials for a conductive material. When the conditions are right, such as the sun shining and winds blowing, energy will be abundant to do the high amount of heat generated by the element. This battery bricks can also be compared with public transport in terms of how they can improve the air quality. Battery bricks can also store and make energy without having to burn so many fossil fuels and release copious amounts of carbon emissions into the atmosphere.
The battery bricks can help us save up a huge amount of money on electricity. Imagine that they can be charged many more times than battery before losing their abilities to store electricity. The power bricks can be cycled 10,000 times before the capacity falls significantly. A charge stored by the first brick is too small to give a shock, but a wall of connected bricks would need an isolating coating, and the scientists demonstrate this by using X-ray resins, which even allow the bricks to be worked underwater.
Wow, that's a great benefit that battery bricks can bring. Is there anything else that battery bricks can do? Like maybe if our house was made of these bricks, how would it benefit us?
The best thing is that our houses are made of bricks, which are energy-conserving devices that are placed on top of electricity for use when we aren't able to use the wind or sun tap.
Interesting. So is there any method easier that can easily turn a brick into a source of power?
There is. Raise it in a gravitational field and then use the work as soon as the generator comes to power. In case of nature, they had the experience of turning a piece of fancy electrical equipment into a brick. Many of these were confined to places where they could be applied, and the idea of protecting the world from rising tide of climate change could be another brick in the walls, don't you think?
So, someone told me that this battery bricks, this technological advancement is a step for future battery science. Can anybody tell me why this is the case?
The power bricks are supercapacitors rather than normal battery. Supercapacitors store electricity and is static in solids rather than through chemical reaction in battery. Although the advantage of supercapacitor is that it can charge and discharge far and faster than normal batteries, but today they can only hold a small fraction of the energy. And right now, the energy storage capacity is still a little bit low, about 1% of a lithium-ion batteries.
That's amazing! So how would this affect the future battery market on its own?
So I believe that if the battery bricks making industry continues to produce more products for consumers to have, it's gonna develop the country's economy. If batteries is produced at a lower cost than the normal batteries, it can help the battery bricks producer to increase the profit. Since then, they can keep reducing it, and then they can increase the price of the battery bricks. for the consumers to have. So even though battery bricks cannot make a big change in the economy, but still nowadays people are chasing after the advancement technological reform movement, and still they still gonna buy it.
Wow, it seems like there's so much can be done to influence the economy. Well, apart from this benefit, how else can the battery bricks preserve the environment? Does anyone know?
I do. Battery bricks can be used to resolve the problem of mass battery waste. Battery bricks can store the energy that is needed for our daily life. That instead of traditional batteries that we're incapable of recycling, then if we can just replace these our traditional batteries with these battery bricks, then we can avoid the risk of increasing pollution. It really benefits the environment around us, and this is the exact reason why we're talking about the battery brick. Thank you for listening.
This also wraps up our podcast. Please vote for us. We are
Push for power, push for greater heights.